I think it's time to see if I can put the pieces together with my journey when I was working at Dollar General. I worked at Dollar General Express, a new concept market store called DGX. They probably call it Dollar General Express or DG Express now. I'm not sure. I haven't been to the store in person since they fired me. I worked there from August 2020 to December 1st, 2022. At the beginning, it was good. We opened on the first floor of an apartment complex in a downtown area. And I think within a few months to a year is when you can see the difference as to how Dollar General in itself runs their stores versus how the store manager runs the store itself. So, from what I remember, within the first month, I was ready to quit. But because of the pandemic, I was doing my best to, have a job and keep it or whatever the case may be. And I remember my manager gave me like 10 to 15 days straight of work. And she says she made it out to be like she was trying to give me enough hours because it was the beginning of me had just starting here and I helped open the store, this, that, and the other. And over time, I realized that she was a part of the reason why I was ready to quit. She was also the reason why there was high turnover. While some people probably loved her or liked her or whatever, a lot of us did not like her. The store employees did not like her. The customers did not like her. And a lot of the customers did not know she was the boss. Yeah, because she was always running around helping other stores and trying to step over a lot of people to get to be a district manager, which to the best of my knowledge, that is her current role. She moved up in to be a district manager somewhere in the Kansas City region. If you know who Lucy Cohen is, whether on the Kansas side or the Missouri side, that is who I'm talking about. So while she may come off as somebody that you might love, she's not. She has narcissistic tendencies that I noticed, or she has something going on with her. I noticed because when I did the interview, I wanted to be a sales associate, a key holder or whatever. And she couldn't see me doing that, despite having 10 years of cashier experiences and things of that nature. Even I worked at a museum pretty much being a key holder, even though I was a sales associate, because I actually know how to open and close a store and do the deposit and things of that nature, even though I don't drive. But I had decent, reliable transportation, being the closest one to the store, riding the bus, riding the streetcar, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, she was just stepping over people. She was creating the high turnover. She was creating the miscommunication between the leadership and the sales associates. I'm being the main employee, the star employee that she loves to uplift. And then she's doing all she can to keep me because she can sense that I was ready to leave. And even though I didn't really know I was ready to leave, I was just trying to fight to keep my job. You know, because you have a world crisis going on, and then you have all these people up and leaving. You know, they don't stay long. And then it's like, once we get into 2022, I'm going through a lot of spiritual warfare, basically being the security person, the secretary, honorary key holder, manager, or whatever, but despite not being able to, have access to the register to make returns and exchanges, something I actually know how to do. Yeah, and I believe she was doing all she can to love bomb me while making me look like I don't know what I'm doing or trying to downplay my skills. Yeah. So it's like, I'm basically, all the customers know me. All the coworkers know me. Everybody's glad to see me. Everybody's glad to work with me. I'm the most reliable person. I'm the most likely person that had immediate ties to the area, was immediately from the area. And every once in a while, I do see my customers who tell me what's been going on since I left. Not that I don't care. It's like, okay, I don't work there anymore. There's nothing I can do about that. This, that, and other. And it's not like nothing I did mattered anyway, because you have homeless people sleeping outside of the store, creating a danger to the public, including to me, because I'm pretty much the first person that you see when you come in. So it's like, I'm not a security person. Why doesn't the store corporate hire security? Because it's a downtown area and we have a lot of shady characters. It shouldn't have been about trying to make the store look presentable. It was going to sell itself regardless, because it was like a little 7-Eleven. It was like a little Quick Trip, get in and out. It was like a little Aldi's, come in and come on out, basically. Yeah, the store was pretty much self-explanatory, despite the fact that you do have irritating customers who act like they couldn't just find it themselves, especially when you have a line of customers or whatever the case may be. Like me personally, when I go into the store, I usually don't have to ask for help. So, yeah, some people are like, they don't need to ask for help, or they always have to ask, do we sell something? It's like, what do you want me to do? Everything you see is what we have out. We had a small back room, so it's like we didn't even really have a break room, really. But yeah, in 2022, I would say from like spring all the way to the time I got fired, I definitely carried the store the most. Being burnt out while my boss, Lucy, was going on vacations out of the country or out of town or whatever, preparing for her promotion to be a district manager. Then some point in time, Mary, that started the put in the ticket movement. That's really what started me, like being more outspoken and getting me started on my spiritual healing journey, because a lot of my slogans that I say, like tap into my passions, follow my dreams, and see you on the red carpet, literally was created by myself as God led me before I got fired. So it's like I was starting to come out of my comfort zone more. I was tired of feeling held hostage or micromanaged, and or feeling like I couldn't say what I wanted to say because I would get shut down for it. you know, and that's narcissistic women for you. It's like I wasn't being promoted, but I was the main black male, the main black face, pretty much, that people knew. And we had a diverse customer base. The people who lived in the building, worked in the building, worked and lived in the area, and the out-of-town convention people. You know, so I've met, quite a few of my most recent report peeps there. And yeah, they still look for me, but it's like I haven't worked since then, but I've survived. Thank God for that. So, yeah, it's like I started posting more on LinkedIn because I hadn't really used LinkedIn for real. And I basically started telling my story of how my job experience was. I feel like corporate was taking advantage of us. We were short-staffed before I got fired. I just started speaking out more as of how I felt from my point of view, regardless of a social media policy. You know, and I was posting about this stuff from the comfort of my home. But regardless, I still broke a social media policy that didn't really mean anything. You know, it just was made to get rid of the good workers and constantly enable the bad ones, including Lucy, and including whoever else had a hand in me being fired, or had a hand in me not being promoted, and things of that nature. Like, how do you have a part-time sales associate and you micromanage them? The manipulation, guilt tripping, and Sid still owes me a pop, but I ain't gonna get into that. Micromanaging me, guilt tripping me, manipulating me to come into work on my day off. Because we're short-staffed. Yeah, I started on the night shift, but I don't like working nights. So it's like I had to kind of like try to get my way into the morning shift or day shift or whatever. So yeah, it's like, where do people get off on just disrespecting their employees, especially during a global pandemic? No humanizing, but you want somebody to come in on a day off. You take advantage of people for no reason to get ahead in life. So make it make sense. Yeah, make it make sense. Because when I got fired, they basically wanted me to take my post down, and I didn't even want to do that because I started realizing, oh, that's my testimony. So it's like, why would I take posts down to keep from being fired, whether I take them down or not? It's like, oh, I don't know if I would still get fired or not. But yeah, it's like I worked my last shift on December 1st, 2022, and I got fired from the comfort of my home like 3 hours later. So, I felt like it was just uncalled for anyway, but, I'm glad I was able to get to this point despite the mental health breakdowns and the overwhelming flood of spiritual warfare just hitting me all at once. Everything about my life just hitting me all at once. So yeah, nowadays I'm more outspoken. I'm more of a rebel. It's like, if I want to say a cuss word, I will say the cuss word. I don't care if I'm at your job or what. It's like, you paying me, oh well. The public does not get to dictate what I do or say. Especially when you want to use everybody as a stepping stone, and you're the main reason why people kept leaving. People had to be perfect in your eyes. You know, you had to have the right ones that you could use until they were so burnt out that they just quit. Disrespecting the good workers, enabling the bad ones, putting me in danger with a coworker who was, I don't know what his issue was. I think he was homeless or something and had threatened the store or something of that nature. And so he was officially permanently banned from the complex or whatever the case may be. Like, me personally, I don't even know if I can shop in the store, but it's like, I do what I can to survive at this point in time. But yeah, it's like, I've had to really get my mind right, remember the details, remember who I really am. Because I'm Prophet Blue, I'm Big D, I'm a prophet, celebrity life coach, entertainer, trillionaire, and so much more. It's like, hey, nobody cared about me being burnt out and coming in on my day off. Nobody cared about that. Nobody cared that I wasn't being promoted and knowing that I should have been a manager. Yeah, because I know how to set alarms and make deposits and things of that nature. Yeah. But I think that's what you were doing. You were downplaying my ability to actually be a real person. To really be myself. And I started being myself more. And you were intimidated by that. You know. Don't think I didn't notice. I noticed a lot. Whether I don't realize it or, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I noticed a lot. I was told a lot. I know a lot. Just enough to really tell my testimony. So, yeah, like, just because I told corporate that their vice president, one of their divisional vice presidents, Connie, needed a spanking. Yeah, I meant that in a subliminal way, but apparently you took it personally and literally. Because I don't live in Tennessee and I don't have money to travel to Tennessee. So it's like, I'm not a real threat to you. But I can and I will hit your pockets. And I believe God will make sure I get the revenge and karma that I deserve, that you deserve. Yeah. Because you can't just micromanage my real life and my work life. You can't do it. You know, you'll turn people into your enemies by doing that. Everybody spoke highly of me, but nobody really spoke highly of you. You were trying to show off for corporate so you could get promoted. Fake. I knew you were fake the whole time. You're too focused on appearances, including yourself, while pointing out the flaws of other people, while being a germaphobe. But not doing that, you were not doing enough to be at the store. You were disrespecting me in the process. You took me off the schedule. In June 2022, you took me off the schedule for no reason, and you disrespected me, and I had to wait. I think I had to wait like a couple weeks to have a meeting with you and Kayla, who is the current store manager. I carried the store. Nobody can tell me I didn't. Because I literally carried the store as a part-time sales associate that did not have a key. And I should have definitely had a key, since I was always relied upon more. I'm the star employee. Yeah. Using group chat to micromanage people, even when they're not even at work. Misunderstanding me, but you want me to understand you. And that's why you took me off the schedule. Because you misunderstood that my Saturdays were my Mondays. You're an idiot. And you're slow. Yeah. And you know I could actually call her a lot much more worse names than that. And I actually have. But yeah. Nobody has time for a narcissist to sneak into the store to see if their employees are doing the right thing. Nobody has time for that. Nobody has time for that. Yeah, nobody has time for that. Even as the fact to have a public restroom and having to check people out and open a restroom and stuff like that. Basically, being a manager, doing everything a manager does. Like, what is that about? If that was the case, we shouldn't have had a public restroom access to the public at all. It should have been set for the apartment building to be public access, to have a restroom, not the store itself. That's silly. But apparently the property owner and the corporate couldn't come up with a plan to hire security to keep me and the other store employees safe. Yeah, it took a lot out of me. But I'm slowly finding my way back to normal a year and a half later, being on my spiritual healing journey. Yeah. And I thank God to still be alive because in December 2022, I almost took my life because the enemy really was trying to weigh me down from everything. But I'm still alive. I might not be doing all right, but I'm still alive. I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm anointed by God. I'm beautiful, great, prophetic, apostolic, happy, healthy, wealthy, strong, bold, and courageous by the way. I am Prophet Blue, Big D, and I pray you tap into your passions, follow your dreams, and see yourself on the red carpet because that's what I'm doing because I'm called to be a full-time entrepreneur, to follow my own dreams. I'm a prophet, celebrity life coach, entertainer, trainer, and so much more. Hashtag Blue Shield.